When Ford Motor Company dropped Reviva as a distributor in 2010 due to cutbacks after the Great Recession, the engine remanufacturer found itself having to completely rebuild its business structure and find new sources of business. The news hit Reviva hard, as its relationship with Ford dated back to the company's founding in 1944. But giving up was not an option for Dave Goodwin, who took over the company from his father in 1975.
It was, oh my gosh, what do we do now? A lot of our reason for being just walked out the door, and so we had to get serious. It was a critical time for our company. It was also a time when we realized that our manufacturing systems were obsolete. And having an obsolete manufacturing system and losing 3/4 of your business was a pretty significant business challenge for us.
Realizing they needed to find a way to meet the needs of companies buying individual engines rather than truckloads meant adopting a new process. They landed on a process called Lean Sigma, a lean manufacturing process which reduces waste.
And for us, it was a transformation of how we thought, how we did business, how we solved problems, how we approached our customer, how we approached our employees. It was a total transformation of our business. And it was tough, because at the same time we're trying to build a business on a business model that we didn't really know how to execute. But we learned.
And learned it they did. In 2015, the company posted over $62 million in revenue. Today, Reviva is the largest diesel remanufacturer in the United States and Canada.
The room for error has been reduced to the point you got to get it right. And that's really, there's very few of us left. It's just, the old backyard rebuilder is gone. They had when I started, there was over 150 guys who would call themselves engine remanufacturers versus just a small rebuilder. And there's now 5 or 6 of them left in the country. That's it. And we're one of 2 independent diesel remanufacturers. We're the largest diesel remanufacturer.
Since 2011, Reviva has doubled its workforce to over 200 employees, but finding qualified talent remains a challenge. Rather than solely focusing on applicants who possess the necessary qualifications, Reviva looks for those who are self-starters and eager to learn, and trains them in-house. It's proved quite successful for the company, as turnover has remained very low.
Some of the best people that we brought into the process were not, in our industry. Our COO was in the grocery business, and he came in and he had a completely different perspective on what works and what doesn't work. The lady who is running our manufacturing business now was an inside salesperson. She continued to get her education on the manufacturing side, got her master's degree, and just brings a fresh perspective. And I think that kind of outside, look in really helps us kind of make those big leaps as opposed to just the incremental steps.
Training new talent and providing young individuals with opportunities is something Dave is quite passionate about, and something he continues to work on outside of the company.
I was on a community capital fund committee last year, and there's some things that came out of that I'm wanting to see developed. The career academies is one of the things that we're sponsoring, and I'm involved in trying to get a career academy established somewhere up in the north side here to give high school students who aren't going to college necessarily an opportunity to learn skills that they can become employable. I feel very strongly about that.
Besides searching for and retaining good talent, like any other company, their biggest goal is to remain competitive.
I think it's continue to execute on our engine in a day strategy. I mean, we've kind of taken our lean as to kind of our competitive advantage. If we can build the highest quality engine faster than anybody else, if you've got a tree trimming truck and your truck is down and you can't earn income, we can get you an engine in a day where the OEM is 2 weeks, 3 weeks out.
And while Dave never thought that the company would evolve into a family business, it's now in its 3rd generation with hopes for a 4th.